Hello everyone, in this video tutorial I am going to explain second problem in the analysis of truss by method of section. The question is like this: determine the forces in the members GC, BC, CD and EF of the truss shown below by the method of section and tabulate the result. So they asked we have to find the forces in GC, that is here, then BC, then CD, then EF. So by using one section it is not possible. We have to take minimum two sections to analyze this truss. So in the joint method as well as in the section method, the first step is the calculation of support reaction. So first I am going to draw the free body diagram of this entire system. So here I taken the entire system with dimension and all the angle and all the points in the truss. So first I am going to draw the support reactions. So at point A they provided one hinged support, therefore it is having two reaction. Vertical reaction I will take VA and horizontal reaction. So in this case there is no horizontal forces. So in any direction I can take, I will take in this direction, I will take HA. After that at support B they given one roller support. So therefore the reaction will be in vertical direction, I will take VE. So after that they given 1.5 kilonewton point force acting at B, I will take as it is in the downward direction 1.5 kilonewton. At point G they given one 2.5 kilonewton load which is acting downward 2.5 kilonewton. Then at point F also one more force is acting, that is 2.5 kilonewton. So after taking all the forces, I want to find horizontal distance from A for the force 1.5 kilonewton. I want to find this distance, so I will take this point as O. So to calculate that, first I am going to consider triangle ABG. From that triangle I know the hypotenuse side, so I want to find AB first. I want to find this distance. So if I know the hypotenuse, if I want to find the adjacent, I can use cos theta. So in triangle ABG I will apply cos 30 is equal to adjacent is AB, hypotenuse is AG. I want to calculate AB, therefore AG is 2 into cos 30. Therefore AB is equal to, we'll get 1.73 meter. So if I get that value, now I can calculate AO. For that, in triangle ABO, I want adjacent side, therefore cos 30 is equal to adjacent is AO, hypotenuse is AB. In the previous step I calculated, that is AB. Therefore I want AO, therefore AO is equal to 1.73 into cos 30. Therefore AO is equal to 1.5 meter. This is required when I am going to calculate moment about A. So next step I am going to calculate support reaction. For that I am going to use three equilibrium condition. First one, summation of horizontal forces is equal to 0. Summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. summation of moment about any point is equal to 0. So first I am going to consider summation of horizontal forces is equal to 0. So in this case there is only one horizontal force, that is HA minus HA is equal to 0. Therefore HA is equal to 0. There is no other forces. The vertical forces are, so I am going to consider second equilibrium condition. So I will start from left side. HA is completed in previous step. VA is acting upward. So summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. VA is acting upward. Then we have 1.5 kilonewton here, that is acting downward. Therefore 1 minus 1.5. Then we have 2.5 kilonewton which is acting downward, that is minus 2.5. Then we have one more force, 2.5 kilonewton, that is also acting downward, minus 2.5. Then we have VE which is acting upward. I will take plus VE is equal to 0. So I will get relation VA plus VE is equal to 6.5. I will take this as equation number 1. So after this I am going to apply third equilibrium condition, that is summation of moment about any point in the system which is in equilibrium, then it should be is equal to 0. I am going to take moment about A, therefore sigma MA is equal to 0. VA is acting exactly on point A. I am taking moment about A. VA is acting exactly on A. It is not going to rotate point A. HA is also acting exactly on A. Now 1.5 kilonewton, I can shift in the line of action like this till here. If I apply about A, it is going to rotate point A in clockwise direction. Just I have to imagine AO as a radius. Then I have to draw the circle by taking A as center in the direction of the force. It is going to rotate in clockwise direction. Therefore I can take 1.5 into perpendicular distance, that is distance AO. We calculated in the second step, that is 1.5 meter. Therefore 1.5 kilonewton force into 1.5 meter distance. Then we have 2.5 kilonewton. If I apply about A, again it is going to rotate in clockwise direction. This is clockwise. Therefore 2.5 plus, because clockwise, distance is 2 meter. That is the lever arm or perpendicular distance from A. Therefore I want to multiply this value into 2. Then we have one more 2.5 kilonewton. If I apply about A, it is going to rotate in clockwise. Therefore I will take plus 2.5 into perpendicular distance 2 plus 2 meter. Total it is 4 meter. So the last force remaining, that is VE. If I apply about A by taking A as center, if I am trying to draw the circle, it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore I have to take negative VE into perpendicular distance, that is 2 meter plus 2 meter and 2 meter, total 6 meter, that is equal to 0. So I can find the value of VE. Will get 2.875 kilonewton. So if I substitute in equation number 1, we will get the value of VA. We will get 3.625 kilonewton. So I completed calculation of support reaction. So after calculating support reaction, we have to draw the section line in such a way that that section line should cut the members on which we want to calculate internal forces. So in this case I want to calculate internal forces on GC and BC. So after that CD and EF. So in the first section line, I want to calculate forces in GC and BC. Therefore, I will take one section like this. So if I take section in this way, it is going to pass above the three members, then it is complete, then it is not passing through any joint. So it is satisfying all the conditions. If I cut like this, three members will be active members, that is BC, GC and GF, because it is going to pass through BC, GC and GF. Therefore these three members are active members. So I will take section 1 1. So where BC, GC and GF are active members. So after taking this section, either have to consider left side of the section or right side of the section, whichever is easy I can consider that. If I see here, the left side is easy for my calculations, so I am going to consider the portion left side of the section 1 1. So I am going to draw that one. So 1.5 kilonewton is acting at a distance of 1.5 meter. Then we have two support reaction. One is VA, vertical A. We calculated that value in the previous step, that is 3.625. HA is 0. I will take as it is. No need to consider. If you are considering also fine, that is HA. Then we have one point force at G, that is 2.5 kilonewton. Then this point is B. So we have one more member like this with an angle of 60 degree. So initial assumption, all the members I will take it as tension, that means it is moving away from point G. I will take this as FGF. Then one more force here, that is FGC. It is connecting G and C, therefore it is FGC. Then I will take this as FBC. So FBC will make an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. So this is the free body diagram. So I considered left side of section 1 1. So I want this distance, that is 2 meter. After drawing the free body diagram, I have to apply the equilibrium condition on this system. This is coplanar non-concurrent force system. Therefore we have three equilibrium condition. So first equilibrium condition, I want to apply summation of moment about G is equal to 0. Why I am going to apply this as first condition? If I see that point G, the two unknown forces are meeting at that point. Only FBC is not passing through G. Therefore, if I apply this condition, I can make FGC and FGF as 0. So if I make these two forces as 0, directly I will going to get force FBC. That is the reason I am going to calculate first step, summation of moment about G is equal to 0. So if I calculate moment about G, so I will get VA. If I apply about G, VA is going to rotate G in clockwise direction. Therefore, I will take plus VA is 3.625, perpendicular distance from G, that is 2 meter. So after that I'm going to consider HA. If I shift in the line of action, HA is going to pass through G, therefore it is not going to rotate point G, but HA already it is 0. Then we have one more force, that is 1.5 kilonewton. If I shift in the line of action, it is not going to pass through G. For my convenience, I can shift that 1.5 kilonewton force here. If I apply about G, it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore minus 1.5 into perpendicular distance will be this distance. So total is 2 meter. If I deduct 1.5 meter, that will be 0.5 meter. So I considered 1.5 kilonewton. So if I consider FGF, it is acting exactly on G, then FGC also acting exactly on G. Now the other two forces I have to consider the horizontal component of FBC. See, if I resolve that FBC in horizontal direction, this is FBC, it's going to move in the positive direction. So if I apply about G, it is going to rotate G in clockwise direction. Therefore I will take plus FBC into, angle is given with respect to horizontal, therefore cos 30 will be the component in horizontal direction. Distance into, I want this vertical distance. So to calculate that vertical distance, I can use the triangle ABO. In this step I will use that triangle. In the triangle ABO, we calculated this as 1.5 meter. Also we calculated AB as 1.73. Here we can see that is 1.73. I will take that one, 1.73. So I want BO value, that is the perpendicular distance, this distance. So therefore I can apply the Pythagoras theorem, that is 1.73 square is equal to 1.5 square plus BO square. I want the value of BO, therefore we'll get 0.862 meter. Therefore horizontal component of BC is FBC cos 30 into perpendicular distance, that is this distance, so I can take 0.862. So after that, after resolving FBC in horizontal direction, I am going to resolve FBC in vertical direction. If I resolve FBC in vertical direction, it is going to move upward. Therefore if I apply FBC like this, it is going to rotate point G in clockwise direction. Therefore plus FBC component is sine, because angle is given with respect to horizontal. Therefore FBC sine 30 into distance is, perpendicular distance will be this distance, that is 2 minus 1.5, that is 0.5. So 2.5 kilonewton, that is the next force which is acting exactly on G, therefore it is not going to rotate point G. Therefore this answer should be is equal to 0. So I am going to simplify this equation. I will take FBC as common, therefore 0.862 into cos 30 plus 0.5 into sin 30 is equal to, so we'll get minus 6.5. Therefore FBC is equal to minus 6.52 kilonewton. We got negative answer. Therefore our initial assumption is wrong. FBC in compression. So initial I taken it as tension which is moving away from B. So our assumption is wrong because we got negative answer. Therefore this member is in compression. So after calculating FBC, I want to calculate the value of FGC. For that I am going to apply the vertical equilibrium condition, that is summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. So here we have first vertical force, that is 3.625 acting in upward direction, therefore 3.625. Then 1.5 is acting downward, so I will take minus 1.5. Then we have one more 2.5 point force which is given in the question, which is acting downward, minus 2.5. Then vertical component of FBC is going to move upward like this, so therefore positive. So I will take plus FBC sine 30 because angle is given with respect to horizontal, so I taken this. Then FGC, if I resolve in vertical direction, it is going to move upward like this, therefore that is positive. Therefore plus FGC, angle is given with respect to horizontal, I am resolving in vertical direction, therefore sine 60. So I am resolving in vertical direction, no need to calculate FGF, therefore this is equal to 0. So I already calculated FBC. If I substitute that, I will get the value of FGC. So 3.625 minus 1.5 minus 2.5. So I will substitute as it is because I am not changed any direction according to the result. So I will substitute minus only. Therefore FGC is equal to, you get 4.19 kilonewton. We got positive answer, therefore assumption is correct, member is in tension. So after calculating FGC and FBC, I am going to calculate forces in CD and EF. For that I am going to take one more section. So I want to calculate CD and EF. So I am going to take second section like this. So which is passing through 3 members, it is allowed, then it is complete, it is started from one side of the truss to the other side, then it is not passing through any joint. So if I see the section 2-2, the right side is easy for the analysis, so I am going to draw the free body diagram on the right side of this section. So I am going to consider the right side of this section 2-2. So I am going to draw VE acting upward, that value is 2.875. Then I will draw this member. Here we have the point D. Then it is going to cut the members, that is F, F, E. Then one more member, that is F, D, F. That is this member. Then it is going to cut FCD. FCD. Everything I will take it as tension. The force is moving away from the point, that is my first assumption. So FCD makes an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. Then FDF, suppose if this is 60 degree, if I draw one line like this will be 60 degree with respect to horizontal. FDF is 60 degree. In this case, I want to calculate FCD and FEF. So first, equilibrium condition, I am going to apply. Summation of moment about D is equal to 0. So if I take moment about D, I can make FCD and FDF as 0. So directly I can get the value of FFE. Therefore I am taking moment about D is equal to 0. For that I want this distance. So this is symmetric. Therefore if this is 1.5 meter, therefore from D to E this will be 1.5 meter. Therefore I will take this as 1.5 meter. Then vertical distance also we calculated in previous step. So that is here. So this distance, vertical distance, that is 0.862. So same thing I am going to apply here, that is 0.862. So now I am going to apply moment about D. So first force I am going to consider FCD. It is passing through D. It is not going to rotate D. Same way I am going to consider FDF. It is also passing through D. Then remaining is FFE. Therefore if I apply FFE about D, it is going to rotate in clockwise direction. Therefore FFE into perpendicular distance is this distance, that is 0.862. So after that remaining force, that is VE, if I apply about D, it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore I can take minus, see this is the point D, if I apply it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise. Therefore I can take minus VE is 2.875, perpendicular distance is 1.5 meter from D to point E, that is 1.5 meter, that is here. So 1.5 is equal to 0. So I can get the value of FFE is equal to, we will get 5 kilonewton. I got the positive answer. Therefore member is in tension. Our assumption is correct. So I want to calculate FCD value. For that I am going to take summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. So if I apply summation of vertical forces is equal to 0, first force I am going to consider 2.875, which is acting upward. Then if I resolve FCD along in y direction, angle is given with respect to horizontal. Therefore vertical component will be plus, it is going to resolve in like this in upward direction. Therefore FCD sine 30. If I resolve that FDF in vertical direction, it is going to resolve in the downward direction like this. Therefore minus FDF sine 60. So I resolved all the forces. FE is acting exactly horizontal. Therefore this is equal to 0. In this case 2 unknown, I can't solve this. So I want one more equation. Therefore I will take this as equation number 1. So I'm going to apply one more condition. Summation of horizontal forces is equal to 0. So horizontal forces are, first if I consider VE, it is acting vertically upward, there is no horizontal component. So FFE is acting in negative direction, therefore I will take that value minus 5. If I resolve that, FDF, it is going to act in the negative direction like this, therefore minus FDF. Angle is given with respect to horizontal, I am resolving in horizontal, therefore cos 60, here is the angle. So FCD, if I resolve in horizontal direction, it is going to act in negative direction, therefore minus FCD. So angle is 30 degree given with respect to horizontal, therefore cos 30 is equal to 0. So if I simplify this, I will get FDF cos 60 plus FCD cos 30 is equal to minus 5. So I can take this as equation 2. So after getting equation 2, I can rewrite that equation 1, that is minus FDF sin 60 plus FCD sin 30 is equal to minus 2.875. So if I simplify these two equations, I will get FDF is equal to 0. So FCD, we will get negative answer, that is minus 5.76 kilonewton. We got negative answer, assumption is wrong, member is in compression. So I got all the 4 answers. So after that we have to form the table. In that table, first column should be serial number. So then after that, second column is member, third column is the force, then fourth column should be nature of the force. So there are 4 members, 1 2 3 4. We have to list the members here. So FFE, then FCD. So first 2 members we have to add. So this is, we got 5. So nature is tension. Then FCD, we got minus 5.76. Nature is compression. We have to list other 2. So for that we are going to give the marks. So thanks for watching.